Stop begging them. Stop chasing them. You don't have to do that. Love has already arrived. Love has already found you. And I know that probably sounds backwards to you. You're probably thinking, if love has already found me, then why am I still alone? Why does it still hurt? Why do I still think about them? See, because I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about a truth. And the moment that truth finally settles into your heart, everything starts to change. One of the saddest things a person can do is slowly hand their self-worth to someone else without even realizing it. That's the saddest thing somebody can do. And it doesn't happen overnight. It happens one compromise at a time. You stop saying what you really feel because you don't want to upset them. You accept excuses you would have laughed at a year ago. You celebrate the bare minimum because at least it's something, right? You convince yourself that if you can just be a little more understanding, a little more patient, a little easier to love, then maybe this time they'll finally choose you. But think about what you're really saying. Like, truly think about it. You're saying another person's decisions has the power to determine your value. See, that's a dangerous way to live, because now your confidence rises and falls depending on how somebody else feels that day. That's dangerous. If they're affectionate, you're okay. If they're distant, your entire world starts shaking. If they call, you feel relieved. If they disappear, you start questioning yourself. See, that's not love. All that is emotional survival. But the truth is you were never supposed to convince somebody to love you. You don't have to do that. Real love doesn't begin with an audition. It doesn't keep moving the finish line every time you get close. That's not what real love does. It doesn't require you to become somebody else just to keep somebody interested. And if you're constantly trying to earn what should have been freely given, you're not building a relationship. You're building anxiety. That's all you're building. That's why you're exhausted. Not because loving people is exhausting, because trying to force someone to love you is. There's a difference. But I need you to hear this next part closely. The moment you start begging someone to choose you, you've already forgotten that you should be choosing yourself. I'll say that again. The moment you start begging someone to choose you, you've already forgotten that you should be choosing yourself. Every time you chase someone who's running away, you're slowly running away from yourself. Every time you ignore your own boundaries to keep somebody comfortable, you're teaching yourself that your peace is negotiable. Every time you accept less than what you know you deserve, you're lowering your standards on how you believe you should be treated. And after enough compromises, you'll wake up wondering why you don't even recognize yourself anymore. I promise you that. This is why so many people don't actually miss the relationship. They miss the hope. That's what they miss. They miss believing that tomorrow would finally be different. They miss the potential. But potential has broken way more hearts than reality ever could. You can't build a future with who someone might become. You can only build one with who they consistently choose to be. The healthiest relationships don't require constant convincing. They don't. You don't spend every week wondering where you stand. You don't have to decode every message. You don't have to earn basic respect over and over again. You don't have to carry the relationship by yourself while calling it love. Love isn't supposed to feel like dragging someone across the finish line. It's not supposed to feel like that. And here's where everything changes. The day you stop chasing isn't the day that you give up on love. I need you to remember that. It's the day that you stop giving your power away. It's the day that you finally realize that your heart isn't a prize somebody gets after making you question your worth. It's valuable before they arrive, and it'll still be valuable if they leave. That's real freedom. Because now rejection doesn't define you. All it does is it redirects you. Now when someone walks away, you don't automatically assume something is wrong with you. You simply understand that they weren't able or willing to meet where you were. There's a huge difference. Listen to me. The right person will never require you to abandon yourself just to keep them. I promise you that. You'll still have your voice. You'll still have your standards. You'll still have your peace. You'll still recognize the person looking back at you in the mirror. So stop begging. You don't have to do that. Stop chasing. Stop trying to convince people to see what they're committed to overlooking. The love that you're looking for will never ask you to shrink yourself just to make room for it. And until that love arrives, you need to become the kind of person who refuses to negotiate their self-worth for temporary attention. Because the moment you stop begging to be chosen, it's usually the moment you remember that you've been enough all along. You got this, my friend.